Welcome back to the Dispatch. Today, what we want to talk about are greedy corporations. Neal Bortz, greed is defined as the pursuit of material wealth to the detriment of one's family, one's community, or society at large. And I know you're a lawyer, so we need to paint a picture for you so you can see clearly. So let's give you some examples. Enron manufactured brownouts charged the residents in the state of California 3 times the going rate for energy, while their CEO, their CFO, and all the senior managers of this company were just frittering away all of the profits, billions of dollars, on parties and lavish lifestyles. That is greed, Mr. Bortz. When you put your money in a bank and you go to another bank's ATM and it costs them 5 cents to give you your 20 bucks, yet they charge you $3.50, that is greed, Mr. Bortz. When a mortgage company does not do the due diligence to ensure that a borrower can pay back the loan they're giving to him, or even criminally, not just make a mistake, but criminally defraud the government because they know that, hey, the regulations are not there, nor is the oversight, so they can make a quick profit to the detriment of the entire economy. That is greed. And we could paint the picture far wider and far greater for you. We could talk about Bernie Madoff and all of those people who are making off with other people's money in the name of getting profits. That is greed. When you do something to the detriment of your community or your family or society at large just so that you can gain more, that is greed. And now that we understand what greed is, we can say for certain that it's the greed of corporations that brought us where we are today. The greed of corporations, coupled with the lack of regulation from the Bush administration, the lack of oversight, and the lack of accountability that brought us where we are today. We can talk about the mortgage companies. We can talk about the hedge funds, the pension funds that were buying commodities that they didn't need. Oil futures and corn futures, raising the price of gas on every member of society and raising the price of food just so what? They could make a profit. That was greed, and that is what destroyed the economy as we know it right now. And then we want to address Mr. Mark Billings, who is on the Rush Limbaugh show claiming that the president is angry, the president is petulant, and the president is emotional. Mr. Billingsley, the president went up to Capitol Hill and met with the Republicans, met with their leadership and say, hey, we want ideas that is going to help the country move out of this recession. We welcome your ideas. We're not looking for pride of authorship here. We just want good ideas that is going to help the country move out of the current recession. The Republicans got their marching orders from Rush Limbaugh, the man you were filling in for, who said, hey, you know what? The only thing that can help the economy is tax cuts to corporations and the wealthy, and removing more regulations from the businesses. Because, hey, they didn't just show us that, hey, their interest is not the interest of the country. No, what we need to do is give them more leeway so that they can do much more destruction than they've done so far. And the Republicans drew the line there. So the time has come for the president to say what he said, which is, hey, the old ideas that you're bringing to the table are the ideas that brought us where we are today. The ideas of cutting taxes for the wealthy, the idea that, hey, we need to remove regulation, not enforce them, is what brought us where we are today. If you have new ideas, we'll be willing to listen to them. But those old ideas are what got you booted from office left, right, and center anyway. So now, if you don't want to bring any new ideas to the table, you just have to accept what we've put there. And yes, call it a spending bill, call it porculus, call it whatever you want. But it's the spending that is going to jumpstart the economy. The spending on the honeybee insurance, the spending on contraceptive, the spending on infrastructure. All of this is what is going to rebuild the economy and bring us out of this disaster that George Bush and the Republicans have led us into. Join us for our next episode of the Progressive Dispatch.